because they would make all types of alcohol out of oranges and bread and all types. You'd be surprised what they do. They be, hey, them dudes. You go up in the what's the things? What do you call? No, what's the what do we call it? The drop ceiling. Yeah, you go up in the drop ceiling, man. You find all types of stuff, man. Them kids, they very resourceful, very resourceful. So you just had to like, boom. We're doing a search today. Couldn't be. It had to be random. Everything had to be random. Well, guys like that. It's random. So you be found faithful. There's a random search to see if you're holding any faith. Not, I'm at church, I'm in faith. Like we roll up on you at Walmart, you cussing somebody out or stop. Heirs, family member over there, just tripping. Like, you see you got like a big biker bike with some all leather, smoking a cigar. Be like, is that Amy? No, just like, Amy, how you doing? So we want to be found faithful is the point. Being good stewards over the measure of faith that we've been given. Being good stewards over the measure of faith that you've been given. And basically, God's not requiring nothing that he's not. The scripture says, there is no temptation taking you but such as common to man, but God is faithful. And God is faithful. He's full of faith. So with the temptation, he'll make a way of escape that you'll be able to bear. So no matter what the situation is, God is saying, you can count on me. Because you get into something and you didn't give him no advance warning. It's not like you call him. Like we talk about this with parenting. And, I shared it with my son and we share it in counseling. Like, as a parent, or not just as a parent, even as a close friend or whatever, or as we grow, this is a family, as we grow with the family, your temptation is, I want to be there for everybody. But everybody has a different way of knowing what that means. But you can't be there for people that's not going to be there for themselves because now you're enabling them. All right, so what we always counsel people, and is what we try to do with our son, okay, I'm not going to invest more in your life than you're invested. And I'm not going to, okay, you didn't involve me in the decision that caused the chaos, but you want to involve me in the bailout. And then, so then I have a choice at that point. I can, and I've done it, I'll bail you out. Or I can't. But either way, whatever I do, our relationship ain't gonna change. Because you didn't involve me in the decision that caused the craziness. But what has happened in a lot of our lives, person didn't involve us in the decision, but they're trying to involve us in the bailout, and if you don't come through, they trip on you. But why are you tripping? You didn't call me up and say, listen, I'm about to make this decision. I'm supposed to pay my rent, but I think I just want to go out, hang out, go see a game or something, have a couple drinks, and then I might not be able to pay my rent. So you got my back? And then when you say yes, then it's understandable when they call you up and go, listen, I can't pay my rent. And then you go, no, I'm not covering it, and they upset. Because you signed on as, I got your back. No, hey, just do whatever you're going to do. Don't worry about it. I mean, don't be responsible. If you're not responsible, I'm covering you. That's not the case, is it? Normally, this decision is made, the chaos comes, and then it's like, you got me, right? No, I don't have you. Did you check my budget before you made that decision? See, but our tendency is to join in on their catastrophe by letting it bleed into our lives. Sometimes that has happened, right? Sometimes, right? We don't do that too often. All right, so let's see. The thing about faith is it's like growing into a relationship with God where no matter what the situation is, we believe God and we're going to live out that relationship. So when a situation comes up and a demand is placed on you, you're basically placing a demand on God, or you know God so well, you're going, okay, it's like that now. Okay, but I know how you do, so you can play this the way you want. Like me and my wife, she'll ask me to do something, or she asks me for something, and I'll go, no, I'm not doing that. And she just keep on walking like, I never said no, I wasn't doing it, because she knows me. She's like, okay, all right, so when you get that done, let me know. Because she knows I'm going to do it. She knows I'll just be playing with her. So she knows that she knows that she knows that. And there's certain things she'll forget to do. She's like, knowing him, he did it all right. So we coming out today, and she has some paperwork. She came downstairs and everything. She was like, oh, you got the paperwork, don't you? And I did, because that's how we roll. Well, that's how God is. Look, Abraham goes to make the sacrifice. It's in Genesis 22, 1 through 12. For the second time, we're not going to read through all of it. But here, Abraham waited all this time to have a child. So he has a child. He's raising this child. He went through he had to make some crucial, unpopular decisions. Now, every time you're afforded something, you still don't get a pass on crucial and unpopular decisions. And that's like you're going to be making those, sort of like I told you, every trip down the quarters was important. So you don't get a pass on making tough decisions. And normally they're people decisions. It could be a family member decision. It could, whatever. It could be somebody you was close to. You decided to keep on going down the road with God. They decided to take a detour. You know what I'm saying? So it could be. It's all types of situations. So Abraham's in a situation. So he had to make a crucial decision. He had his firstborn, and the mother. He had to let him go to make sure he did what God told him to do. So he go, okay, cool. Man, I made faith move, right? You made a faith decision, trusted God would take care of his son. He's like, whew, cool. So all I done been through, we waited for a baby. We got the baby. I'm 100 years old here. Let my son go. Now I got my boy that you promised. We could ride this thing out. God says, okay, now what I need you to do is sacrifice your son. This some type of joke? We playing around? We went through all this for that to even be a consideration. But by now, Abraham knows God. So they're going up the mountain. Isaac says, okay, we're going up to do sacrifice, but Dad, what are we sacrificing? Normally there's a sacrifice here. And Abraham's like, God will provide. So you still ain't let him know it's him. You just said God will provide. So when they get there, I wonder how it looked though. Because the Bible just has it like Isaac was sitting there going, okay, there's some rope over there. Just tie me up. He was like, Dad, what you doing? He probably grabbed him. He probably said, Isaac, what's that over there? Isaac looked and just started wrapping him up. Put him in a knot like he did the lambs and stuff, right? And wrapped him up like, Dad, what are you doing? He probably was screaming like, have you lost your mind? Okay, my bad. I'll do better with the sheep. I'll take care of the sheep, man. I don't know what happened. Listen, what was it? Did I not clean the house, the barn well? So now he all tied up, but God provided. So, and that's what faith is. God provides the sacrifice and the provision. We provide the faith. So we have to understand that even if it's something that's going to cost us, God will provide what we need. God will provide the provision, but you have to provide the faith. And the thing is, he was trying to get something to him. So, and what happens in those situations, fear will have you place more of an emphasis on the circumstances than what God says. So fear will have you lose sight of God will provide. And then 1 Timothy 6. So again, that's the desire. We know everybody's at different places, but as you get to know us, we still have to state the ultimate goal and to stimulate you to at least set the target and set the goal. We had a 5-hour counseling session with a couple that came in town. And so, they're not exposed to maybe half of the stuff you guys are exposed to. So some stuff we was talking about, like, who could even do that? How they operate in relationships, outside relationships and stuff like that. But we could water it down so they come back, or we can give them the truth. So we just opted to give them the goal. So we told them it's going to be a goal because they haven't been operating that way. One person has a high profile profession. So they just been doing what they've been rolling like they roll. And the other person almost was being treated like, or felt like, a watch. Watch don't have no say. You just tell it, like this one, you be in war today. But for about 10, 15 weeks, it was just sitting on the shelf. Probably was like, yo, we ain't going again today, huh? And I look at, hey, I'll let you know when I need you. Just don't be asking me no question. So it was different for them, but we have to state it. Like we do it, some of y'all's been in counseling with us, so you already know. But it's the same thing as we grow in ministry. We have to at least tell you what the flow is. We have people here that smoke, drink. Some people don't tithe, whatever. But we're not gonna get out, or we're not even gonna be mad, or we're not even gonna be like, don't do nothing, or we don't need you. No, we need you, do something, whatever. Just set that target and grow into what God wants you to do, but be realistic about all the targets. So be setting the target not to smoke, be setting the target not to drink, be setting the target to tithe, be setting the target to come to 9:15, to come to 7 o'clock Wednesdays. I was gonna crack a joke on you, but I'd let it go. I was gonna say, I'll say it because she don't get come on time. Yeah. So, but to set targets and set goals, not to. We're growing. Me and John Monet, we had Minister John Monet, we had a great conversation yesterday. Just about how we are all growing. So we're all growing. So we have to respect where everybody is. Some of it is a new paradigm shift. Some people have never been a part of a church family. I have a good friend, actually the person that goes here, hadn't been a part of a church family in a long time. Used to be a key guy in another church, in a very kind of a mini mega church, but went through some things and just wasn't involved in going to church still, but had never been that level committed because didn't trust nobody. So you kind of lose sight of some things. I broke my knee, stopped playing basketball for about a year, maybe a year and a couple months. So guys begged me to come back out, so came back out. Then I started playing in the league, and something as simple as you have a 5-second call. 5-second call is I just can't be dribbling the ball at a certain spot on the court for 5 seconds. So I got to at least attack or learn to retreat. I forgot. Matter of fact, that first game back, I wasn't even looking at the clock. Like I didn't even realize we were in a situation where the game was on the line and the clock was running down because my mindset wasn't thinking about a clock. I played a little pickup while I was healing, but I didn't, and that's my thing. My thing is I'm aware of everything on the court. I wasn't aware of nothing. I said, man, I done lost all my little things that make me who I am. Same thing with ministry. If you don't spend time in ministry, or if you haven't been exposed to something, you don't know about it. I was like that when I first came to, or was a part of, Columbus Christian Center in Ohio. I ain't know, because I wasn't part of a church family. I had never been a member of a church in New Jersey. I joined my first church in Ohio, and I was only there for a year. But I didn't do nothing at the church. I just went to church. I ain't do nothing. I was just there hanging out. So when I first got involved in church, I was learning how to flow with family. So we all are in that at different stages of how to flow with family, how to participate. After we talk on vision, it's gonna make a whole lot of sense this next teaching. I ain't sharing none of that teaching. I told John Renee I'm not sharing none of it because y'all gonna love it. So it's gonna make sense why we're all growing together, the way we're all, how we need each other and stuff like that. So I'll keep teasing y'all, but I'm not gonna tell y'all what I'm talking about.